Hey guys, I know I already did one of these writing vlog things again. Like I already did one today, and I'm doing it again. But I've gotten so much writing done since I did my writing vlog, and I didn't do that much in my writing vlog. I did a lot of reading today. Well, after I stopped reading. Then I listened to 30 minutes to an audiobook. It was enjoying it, but decided that it was time to write. And when I started writing, I turn on my writing music, which is just this dark wave synthetic or whatever, synth waves. I forget what it's called, but it's like music from like inspired by the 80s. So I listen to it. It's all like I want to say techno, but it's a good. I like the music. Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying I have a good taste in music. I definitely don't, because I don't know any songs that are on the radio right now. I don't keep up with music at all. Some of the music I like is so out of whack. Like 1 minute I like the electric wave synthetic, or not. I keep saying synthetic synth wave music. Then I like folk music where they're just banjos and like tambourines and stuff, and someone singing a gospel or something. Not a gospel, no, but yeah. My music taste is out there. It's weird. I actually got learned about this music, the synthwave music, or whatever you want to call it, 80s inspired music, um, from my friend Don Noble. He was posting about this music that inspires him to create art, and I listened to it, and it helps me write. So I just found out that it helps me, so I use it. So yeah. I'm out of breath. Gotta get back in shape for sure, but this is besides the point. I wrote a good 2,000 words today, which I haven't written 1,000 words in a while, so getting 2,000 words down today was really good. And this is all toward my novel, Symbiotic. Um, I just didn't think I was gonna work on Symbiotic at all today, but I did. I had this wicked scene with this. I don't want to give it away, but a wicked scene that I enjoyed a lot, enjoyed writing a lot. And when I edit it, I know I'm going to make it better. But for now, it seems like a really good scene to me. But of course, when I go to the self edits, it's going to change a little bit. I'm either going to shorten it or lengthen it. It depends when it happens. Probably go into more detail into it, because I'm just writing off the top of my dome at the moment. So top of my noggin, top of my head, whatever. I'm just writing what I'm writing, what I think, So yeah. And what I wrote from what I was thinking, I did pretty well. I think I did pretty well. I haven't reread it yet, so I don't know how bad it is. I'm afraid to reread my work sometimes because I'd rather have a beta reader read something for me and tell me that's trash instead of finding out for myself that it's trash, because I don't know. I really honestly don't know why I prefer a beta reader to read it rather than myself. You shouldn't let a beta reader read your first rough draft, because they'll really judge you hardcore, and I've learned that. But at the same time, I enjoy that. I love the criticism, and what am I getting at? I mean, I had a really good idea for Space Waste, and my friend said that I got it from my friend, the idea. He said, I just imagine Tyson from Space Waste having a cigar in his mouth, and I'm like, you know what? I do too. So I'm thinking about implementing him with a cigar, because Zach has his drinking, so maybe he has his cigar. And maybe he can even use the flask and a cigar to ignite something. I don't know. I haven't really gotten that far, but there's tons of ideas. Space Waste, I'm just writing until I find an end. Space Waste is going very well. That's what I was writing earlier. And then I wrote my writing vlog thinking I was done for the day, and then I wrote a lot for my novel. But my Space Waste is a novella, if you don't know. It's around 25,000 words at the moment. So it's a novella. It's like 84, 85 pages long. And I was going to sell it attached with another story I wrote called Chuhuan Centipede. I realized I was saying the name wrong for the longest time, so I kept saying Chuan, but it's Chuhuan. And then I get corrected again by people saying that's not how you say it, and I just don't know how to say it, honestly. And I don't think I'll ever know how to say it, but I just chose that desert because it's like the most vacant or the most deserted desert there is in America, so yeah, that's why I picked it. And I just imagine oil being a surplus under that desert, you know, and us drilling into it and going very deep. Or oh, it doesn't matter. That's Chuhuan Centipede. But yeah, it's I was gonna combine. That's what I was saying. I was gonna combine the two stories, Chuhuan Centipede and Space Waste, and sell them as a dual story combination thing. But now I'm thinking I'm going a little bit farther. I'm going into novella territory, so I'm gonna sell it as a novella. It's probably gonna be around 100 pages long. Right now I'm at a moment where things are coming together, and they just split up because they keep splitting up, and every time they split up it's a bad idea, but they split up because they have to, and things go down is what I'm saying. I'm not gonna give anything away. I've been told I give too much away in these writing vlogs, so I'm trying to keep it at give you as little insight as I can, I guess, for lack of a better word. Yeah, I was on a roll today with reading and writing. I read 35 pages today, so I almost reached 40 again. That's crazy for me. I don't read that much ever, and have 2 days where I almost reach 40 pages. It's crazy. One day I did reach 40 pages yesterday. So it's absolutely insane with my reading right now. As you can see, I'm very tired, and we're about to eat dinner soon. So hoping that re-energizes me, and I can write some more. But I can definitely feel that my Adderall's wearing off. The Pistons game's about to start. I love my Pistons, by the way. I don't know if I've said that before, if I told you guys I'm a Pistons fan, but I've been really bummed out ever since they traded my favorite player, Drummond, away. I don't understand why they traded him away, and they got nothing in return for the trade, so it's mind-boggling to me. Each team didn't do good in the trade. Like, they got Drummond, big deal. He's probably going to walk away in a few years. Like, next year, he's probably going to leave the team and go somewhere else. But that's besides the point. We got absolutely garbage for him, and it kind of ticked me off a little bit. So, not going to lie, I was a little angry. But now I'm doing okay. I got over it. I watched the Pistons almost win against the Oklahoma City Thunder, which was really cool, but they just came short. Seeing my boy Christian Wood do work, and Thon Maker did work too. It was just crazy. But that's besides the point. That's basketball. You guys don't want to hear about basketball. You want to hear about my writing and reading. Like I said, I read 35 pages today. I am making a lot of headway with Bad Brains by Kathy Koja. I'm loving the book. It's got to be up there with one of my favorite books of all time so far. I'm gonna be that. I have that much bravado, or whatever you want to call it, with this book. I'm very confident that this is one of the best books I've ever read. I haven't finished it yet, and it could have a whack ending, you know. And to be honest, we haven't really gone anywhere in the book. I'm 100 pages in, and we still haven't really reached the synopsis yet. So, which is the synopsis is basically he goes on a road trip to go see his girlfriend and Dr. Quiet, who hasn't even been mentioned yet. So I don't know who Dr. Quiet is. I'm 120 pages into the book, my bad. And haven't heard of Dr. Quiet yet. So we haven't even reached the synopsis yet. The book's 367 pages long, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. And yeah, it's a very good book. I doubt the cipher is going to be better, but everyone says the cipher's better, so it's going to be wild when I read the cipher, but it's hard to imagine that it's going to be better than Bad Brains, because I love Bad Brains so far. It's my favorite, one of my favorite books of all time so far. I'm blown away by her writing. It's so good. I can't put the book down when I start, you know. That's why I've been reading so much lately. It's like I start reading it, especially when my Adderall's in effect. I start reading it, and it's like I can't put it down. And I think that's what a good book is, because that's what it was for when I read Richard Lehman's The Traveling Vampire Show, and when I read Fear by Ronald Kelly. I just couldn't put those books down, and I'm getting the same experience with this book, and I didn't think a book that wasn't coming of age would do this to me, because I really love coming of age stories, and I thought I only liked coming of age stories for a while there, because I kept trying to go outside my comfort zone in other genres, and I was having a lot of duds. And then I found a few books that I like, but I couldn't quite keep reading them. I was getting bored a little bit, so I had to put them down for a little while. This book, though, is not boring me at all. I'm continuously reading it, and I'm having a blast reading it. I've never had this experience before with, unless it was those two that I mentioned, because those two books I could not put down. You might be asking, what about Voice of the Night or Boy's Life? Well, though I listened to those as audiobooks, which probably affected my rating on them. Because I find that when I read a book, I like it more than I do with the audiobook. But those two books were so good that they make my top 5 list for my favorite coming of age stories. I can't find anything better, really. Although I have recently found another coming of age book that I want. It's called what was it called? The Wasting Boys, I think it's called. And it's about these kids who find a VHS tape with people getting hung, I think, like being murdered. Yeah, things go down, I guess. I really want to check out that book. It's by Justin Hunter, I believe. And it's a book that I want to check out, but it's going to be a while before I check it out and read it. Even though I want to get it as soon as possible, I am probably not going to get around to reading it for a while, so I'm going to put it on the back burner. But it's definitely a book I want to purchase in the future. But I have so many coming of age books. I'm just looking at these stacks, and they're huge. I got a huge coming of age stack. I have Jeff Strand's Pressure, which I hear is a coming of age. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I hear it's a coming of age novel between two friends, and they grow up just like It, you know, where the kids grow up and they have to overcome something. I feel like Pressure by Jeff Strand is going to be a lot like The Voice of the Night if the characters grew up into older people. Because The Voice of the Night ends with them as teenagers, but or kids or whatever. I don't remember how old those kids were. But Pressure seems like a more grown-up version of The Voice of the Night. Just by the synopsis alone, I need to read it. Obviously, I have J.P. Willey's Blood in the Forest or Blood in the Woods or something like that. I forget what the book's called. I have Midnight Rain by James Newman. I have Neverland by Douglas Clegg. I mean, the list goes on and on. I got so many coming-of-age books to read. I even have one Ruby Jane Jensen book that I need to get around to. But I'm putting everything... This is a special month, because not only is it Ladies of Horror Fiction, or Women of Horror Fiction month, one of the two, I don't really know. I keep hearing different... Edward Lawrence said it was Women of Horror Month, and then I hear Ladies of Horror Month, so it confuses me. I don't know which one to say. Both of them are correct. I don't think either of them are wrong, but yeah. But anyways, that's besides the point. It's not only ladies. We'll go with Ladies of Horror Month, but it's also Black History Month, and I have two great stories in mind for this month. I'm listening to the audiobook by Colson Whitehead, which is called The Nickel Boys. And every time I say nickel, it comes out as nipple. So I'm not saying the Nipple Boys. I'm saying the Nickel Boys. And that probably just sounds like the same word to you guys because I don't know why my voice is doing this, but it really sounds like I'm saying one word when I mean the other word. So don't get it misconstrued or anything, or misconstrued, or I don't know, whatever the word is. Don't do it. Don't mix up my words, please. But I just got a lot of reading on my hands, and I already got my next book. Like, I got my 2 physical books for the month. I usually read 4 books a month, and that's 2 physical copies and 2 audiobooks. And I got Colson Whitehead's Nickel Boys, or The Nickel Boys. And then I also have another book by Kathy Koja, which is Strange Angels, or Angel, one of the two. Strange Angel, I think, but it could be Strange Angels. I can't remember. But I have that audiobook. So as soon as I finish Bad Brains, I'm going to, and when I finish Colson Whitehead's The Nickel Boys, and whenever I finish Bad Brains by Kathy Koja, I'm going to start on that audiobook, which is Strange Angels by Kathy Koja. Her writing, I hear some of her books are very similar, like The Cipher and Bad Brains are very similar. And I don't know if the same goes for Strange Angels, but I'm not taking the risk. I don't want to listen to a Kathy Koja book and read a Kathy Koja book at the same time and then get the stories mixed up and not have a good time. So I'm not taking that risk. I'm going to read the Kathy Koja Bad Brains, listen to Colson Whitehead's The Nickel Boys. I can't get the two mixed up because one is about segregation and black history and just coming of age story between 2 boys, and one is about this artist who is trying to find his love and has a brain injury, who sees hallucinations of silver beings, or not beings, but silver, like, it's so hard the way she describes it. It's like everything that's water-based or has silver in it, it becomes like a creature in his eyes. So it's really cool. I'm really enjoying the book so much. If you can't tell, that's what I'm trying to say. Absolutely enjoying it. I'm enthralled with it. But yeah, that's my reading though. I got a lot to read, guys. I've already given you the gave you the rundown of what I'm reading with my other TBR video, but I'll just say it again. I'm going to read Kathy Koja's Bad Brains, physical copy, and then for my other physical book for this month, I'm going to read Wrath James White Skins, which is about this group of punk rockers these 2 punk rockers who go to concerts and beat up Nazis in mosh pits. So, I mean, that is so cool to me. I can't wait to read it. That's not all it's about. So basically there's this not like literally underground, but like this underground scene band. Not scene as in like SCENE, but scene as in like, I don't know. Oh, excuse me. Like, just this band that's in the underground, and it's getting a lot of followers, and they're telling people to kill blacks and Jews and stuff like that. And these 2 these 2 friends have to take them down. And they say that in the synopsis it says, fighting them is not enough. We might have to kill or something like that. I forget what it says on the synopsis, but I am enjoying Bad Brains by Kathy Koja, but I cannot wait for Wrath James White's book, Skins. I keep forgetting the name of the book, but it's a really dope cover, and it's going to be my first kind of dive into splatterpunk, I guess. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know what is and what isn't splatterpunk. I have a whole book dedicated to splatterpunk, which has like Richard Matheson in it and other authors in it. But it has like 2 stories by Richard Matheson, and I wouldn't have considered him a splatterpunk writer. So it just shows that I don't know what splatterpunk is. In fact, where is that book? Where did I put that splatterpunk book? Put it somewhere. I only say that right now because I'm really interested in showing you guys that book. I already showed you it in a sorry guys. I showed you guys in the Tony Bacon auction video of the books I won, but I forget where I put them. I think I put them behind the couch, or maybe not. Huh, where did I put them? Huh, I have no idea, guys. I swore I could have. I swore I put them. Huh, where did I put it? I was actually gonna read it pretty soon here. Like, next month I was gonna read Splatterpunks. But now I have no idea where it is. Shoot. This is not good. If you guys see it somewhere on my shelf, let me know. I am not seeing it right now. This is so weird, guys. I don't usually lose books. I usually know where everything is. Oh, this is so frustrating, actually. I'm so sorry, guys. This is so weird. Bad Brains and Next Matthew Koja book. What are these books? These aren't Splatterpunk, but oh yeah, Night Screams and Al Sarantonio's book. I could have sworn I put them down here, but they're not down there. Well, that's kind of weird. Where would I have put them? Not on my bookshelf. Oh, you know what? I got another place. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me pause this video real quick. Yeah, okay, it took forever, but I finally found it. Splatterpunks. I don't know why I had to find it for you guys, but it's Extreme Horror. Splatterpunks. Edited by Paul M. Salmon. Wow, the writing's kind of small here. But I know Rex Miller's in here. Let's see who else is in here. Richard Matheson, like I said before. John Skip, Clive Barker, Joe R. Lansdale. I already did this before. Mick Garris, Douglas E. Winter, Wayne Allen Sallee, Edward Bryant, George R. R. Martin. Just has a bunch of Rex Miller, Kaz Bullen, Nancy A. Collins, Ray Garton, like I said, Richard Matheson's in this twice, or maybe even 3 times. Yeah. Then the last story is by Paul M. Salmon himself. Oh, that's just an essay. Never mind. But I'm looking forward to reading this. Like I was trying to say. Night They Missed the Horror Show by Joe R. Lansdale. Now Lansdale, I hear, is really good. I need to get 2 of his books. Still, they're both coming of age. One is about a movie theater. The other one's about these 2 kids who find a black woman murdered in a lake. I know those 2 don't, you know. One person finds at the movie theater. The person finds a box of pictures, and it uncovers a secret. And yeah. But that's besides the point. Those are the stories I want to read soon, because I don't know what extreme horror is. And it would be fun to read it. Especially since this has Midnight Meat Train by Clive Barker. Which is a movie I actually really liked, even though everyone doesn't like the movie. Probably because they read this story. Now that I think about it. Because sometimes the stories are much better than the movies, so... Okay, that's Splatterpunks. And where I found it, finally, was right here. So, it was hiding. So, that was stupid on my part. I looked everywhere, dude, and I didn't look in that one place. Anyways, I just reorganized everything, so now my computer is slanted for some reason, so I apologize for that. What else is there to say? I got a lot of writing done today. I wrote a little bit in Space Waste. I wrote a little bit in Symbiotic. I edited a Roadkill story I made. Someone asked me how I get my ideas, because they think that I'm just filled with these ideas. And I'm just an imaginative person. It's worked against me for most of my life, but now it's finally working for me. So, I'm grateful for that, imagination that I have. Yeah, ideas just come to me. I don't understand why they come to me. I just think of something, I think, oh, that'd be a pretty cool horror movie, or, oh, that'd make a good story, and I just write it, you know? Like for Roadkill, which is the story I sent somebody, it's about this guy, this trucker, who, isn't the best guy. He's running away from murder, or the police, because he murdered someone. They call him the car jack rapist or something like that. I forget what they called him, but he ended up getting eaten by a bunch of rodents, and it's really funny. It was a good idea. It wasn't executed very well, but yeah, I wrote it, and I probably won't have it in any anthologies anytime soon. There we go, and that's more even. What did I just slide out? Jeremy Robert Johnson's We Live Inside You. Ooh. I have so many books that I bought a long time ago just because I like the covers, and now I'm looking back at them like, oh, what did I buy? So, yeah, that is my writing blog. I wrote some Space Waste, I wrote some Symbiotic, so I'm on page 151 for Symbiotic, and I've reached 44,000 words, so I'm almost to 45,000, which means I'm 5,000 away from a novel. It could be officially declared a novel, which I'm very excited about. Been working really hard. This is the first book I've ever written other than my collection, which I don't count because that's not a novel. This is the first novel I've had the attention span for this long. I would never been able to write this without my medicine, so gotta shout out my medicine. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day. I know I had a pretty good day. I'm about to go eat dinner in a second here. They're probably gonna call me down any minute now. So I hope you guys have a good day and a spooky night, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of